if you were here earlier for my live, we mixed up a double batch of sourdough bread. And look how much it's changed in the 5-6 hours since we started it. Ooh, look at that. Big bubble.
Can I pop it?
You want to pop it? Sure. Woohoo! How jiggly that dough is. All right. Ooh, look at that big bubble.
And
Woo!
pop.
Okay, and so we have a little bit of a
Popper ball.
flatness around the edges of the bowl. And if we pull away, the dough comes pretty nicely away. So I would say I like this fermentation. Now I'm going to move my roasted garlic out of the way. And we're going to do some shaping here of these loaves, and then we're going to bake it, which means I'm going to try to bake my loaves in the air fryer. Oh, I don't want to do them in the air fryer. I'm going to preheat my oven to 450. All right. I don't want to do 2 loaves in the air fryer because I like to bake with the lids on, and I don't have enough room to do both with the lids on. So let's get ready for some shaping. I've got a little bit of rice flour left in this. I don't buy rice flour, we mill it, just mill it. Okay. We can dump this dough out. Oh, look at the beautifully clean dough dump. Love that. Another good sign. Okay. And then we need to divide this up into 2 loaves so we can bake them. When shaping more than 1 loaf, you need to do a pre-shape. So what that means is we're gonna cut in to our dough. Just like that. And pre-shape this into a ball. We got little chives in there. Okay. And we can use our bench scraper. We did this before the bulk ferment, so we would get a nice, hello, thanks for joining me. So we would get a nice ball before the fermentation. And then we're gonna shape this one into a ball, and I'm actually just gonna eyeball it today. Sometimes you just gotta eyeball it. So this is the pre-shape. Okay. And because we're using spelt, you can see the little bran flakes. You only get that with spelt. Or if you didn't mill your flour fine enough, and I did. Okay. So there we go. So we're just gonna let this dough sit. Oh, hi, sorry. It's very hard for me to see the text on this. It's so tiny. These old eyes are having a tough time. All right, oh, thank you. So these are my sourdough Italian bread. Today I used spelt and hard wheat in a pretty similar amount, and then a little bit of durum. And in just a minute, we're going to shape and put these into a pan. So let's get our pans ready, shall we? I love to use the Lodge cast iron 8x4 pans. You can grease them, but if you have watched me long enough, you know I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use 2 sheets of parchment and put them in instead. So I take the 2 sheets, I run them and crumple them up under hot water, which will soften the wax and allow it to fit the pan better. One. 2. And so what we can do then is just open it up and place it right on top of the pan. And I just try to make sure it's even on all sides, just like that. And this one will do the same thing. Shape it just like that. This one will go over here. Okay, so now we're ready to put these little dough balls into a pan, but that means we actually have to do the final shaping. Okay, so for the final shaping, we can take this first one that we did, turn it upside down, okay, and then we're going to stretch there we have it. Isn't that pretty? We can scoop it up and we're going to place it into the pan. Just like that. That's it. Okay? And we'll do this other one. This one's a little smaller loaf. That's okay. Okay. So the reason for waiting in between doing the ball shaping and then shaping for a loaf is because the gluten will relax a little bit in those few minutes, and then you're able to stretch it a little bit further and tighten it up some. Just drag it along the bottom and plop it into the pan. And there we have it. 1, 2. Now, what I like to do is we're going to let this dough rise while the oven preheats to 450 degrees. I like to bake these covered with another pan. It really helps with them rising nicely and not getting too dark. So you can use another Lodge cast iron pan on top, but I don't have 4, I only have 3. And I found that these pans work perfectly as a top. So I'm just going to cover it like that. This one. And there we go. And we're just going to let these rise again, or proof. The second rise is called proofing, while the oven heats up. That's all for now. I will show you the rest later. I'm not going to stay on live just to chat about whatever for half an hour or an hour. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Follow the other live videos and ones that I posted today. It's all the parts of the process that I've done. I left nothing out. All right? Have a great day, and don't forget, just mill it.